Hello and welcome. My name is Sarah Jane. I am a tarot reader, obviously, yoga therapist, and I co-created this deck called Be With Your Body Tarot. We're going to be doing a tarot reading for this week, but honestly, whenever you see this, this might be meant for you. So before we get into our reading, let's do a little grounding. This is an embodiment therapeutic deck. So I've got a little cinnamon stick here. I don't know if you know this, but this is a really beautiful way to pull in abundance. And something I always say about abundance is the whole point of abundance is to share. So if you are calling in abundance, just remember that you can practice generosity at the same time, keeping that energy flowing. Take a deep breath in through the nose and deep breath out of the mouth. We'll do a little clockwise clearing, calling in the right type of energy for whoever needs this reading today. All right, and I'm gonna clear off any, dust off any old energy from before. Let's do one more shuffle, and then we'll see what is in the cards for us this week. So let's do a when your body changes spread. This is a simple 3-card spread, but this is off of this deck, Be With Your Body Tarot. So the first card is where we are at. And we have the King of Eyes, which reminds us to acknowledge our own inner truth. So what feels true for you today? And our bodies hold so much wisdom. What feels true for you today? And this is a reminder to obviously learn from those that have been further down the path from us, learn from wise teachers, and also have the discernment of when to listen to other people and when to listen to ourselves. So this is where we are. We're acknowledging truth. I love that. What our body wants us to know. 8 of Eyes reversed. So if you're familiar with the more traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, then the eyes is kind of is like the sword suit. So this is a suit that has an air quality to it, and it can be our perception and also our words, our thoughts and our words. So the 8 of Eyes reversed tells us that we feel trapped in something. We feel like we're stuck and there's no way out. But when it's reversed, that means that the clarity might be coming soon. So again, here we are acknowledging truth, and maybe we've been stuck in something for a long time within our bodies, something that your body knows that you have been wanting new information about, and you haven't been able to get it. You've been feeling stuck, like there is no way out, and recently you have maybe received that information, and you can hopefully feel a little bit of relief that there is a clear way out of whatever this stuckness is. And then how we can be supported through this change. We have the Ace of Hips reversed. Okay, so this might tell us to not get too caught up in the emotional flow. Now we want to obviously feel our emotions flowing, but try not to get caught up in the story behind the emotions. Sometimes we'll feel emotions in our bodies, and this is just such a beautiful reminder to feel them, but sometimes the story, like stories matter, obviously, and sometimes the story of whatever the thing is that's causing the pain, sometimes it doesn't matter, right? So if you're someone who knows that we hold things in our bodies, and let's say that you're doing a yoga practice or getting some body work or even just tuning into your body and you're feeling a release happen of some sort. Does the story behind what is being released even matter? Your body held on to it for some reason. We can take out the trash and we don't need to examine our trash, right? So this might be another opportunity of like how to be supported by this. So where we're at, what our body wants to know, and how we can be supported. I love to pull some clarifying cards. We can always get a little bit more information to see if this still resonates with you. So let's pull some clarifying cards on this last one, the how we can be supported. So I'm going to move all these babies up here, and let's do, oh my goodness, yes. 1, 2, okay. Wow, all 4s. Okay, So a little tarot lesson we'll talk about here. So there are 4 different suits. They go from ace to king, so ace to 10, and then page, knight, king, and queen. So there's 14 cards in each suit. And each number has its own beautiful numerology behind it. And this is so wild. Of the 4 suits, we get 1, 2, 3 4s. Okay, so the 4 energy can either have us feel trapped or have us feel supported. So it's like a box, right? So it's either we can have that box, and we can stand on it, and we can share the things we want to share, or we can feel trapped by that box. And it's interesting because these are the 2 that feel trapped. This is the one that feels supported by the 4, and it's reversed. So I do wonder if there is like a trapped feeling that you've been having recently, maybe from your emotions, maybe from your physical body, and maybe around your connection with other people and your creativity. So how does that show up for you? In what ways are you feeling trapped? I mean, not to pull a million clarifying cards, but I need to, oh my goodness. It's almost like the cards are telling me like, baby, okay, this is giving us a little bit more information. Okay. It's almost like the cards are being like, you're just going to have to sit in the in-between, because we get the Hanged one, which is literally about sitting in the in-between, knowing when to just find peace with what is in this moment. And then we got the 3 of hips reversed. So this is, and having this be connected to the 4 of hands reversed, these are very connected. So 3 of hips upright is all about your community, your friends. And when it's reversed, that means that there's some sort of change happening in your community. And the 4 of hands can be really similar to that. This one's more of like a collaboration, people working together. And these are more about people just kind of like going through the flow together. So what groups of or communities do you have in your life that you might be finding some shift or change around recently? These are some things to think about. Where have you been finding some shift and some change? And that might even be where this clarity lies. The truth. Let's go back to the very first card, where we're at. When I say this, you might automatically think of friends or coworkers or people in your life that you're like, you know what? I don't know if they're really feeling aligned with me these days. And not saying that they're bad people or you're a bad person or they're good or you're good. It doesn't like taking the morality out of it. Just sometimes our values shift from people and things aren't always as aligned as they once were. So you acknowledging that truth, and that is kind of confirmed by this. And you might be in this in-between state where you don't need to set boundaries with these people outwardly, maybe necessarily. You can set some beautiful inward boundaries where you don't need to be like, oh, I don't want these people in my life anymore. It could just be like, yeah, they're not like, it's just not quite right. So I'm just going to sit in the in-between. I'm just going to sit. I have felt maybe constrained by these individuals. Maybe I haven't been able to fully express myself. And so this is a really beautiful opportunity to kind of sit in the in-between and know that eventually those relationships are going to have to change. And then let's take a little peek at the bottom. So final card for this reading, we have the King of Hands reversed. So I wonder if there's some sort of leader that you are feeling, and this could be you could be the leader, that you are not feeling completely led by, that you don't trust, that maybe is protecting their own interests over the interests of the collective. And I think many of you might agree that that is happening right now in the world. So that might be related to who these communities are, about people that you don't necessarily want to be connected with right now. Maybe your values have changed. So I hope you take time, listen to your body, listen to your wisdom, and take care of yourself. Self-care. We want to do that so then we can help the community, can lead to community care. And I will see you next week.